What's going on, Toxic Pizza? What's up? Make sure this is all set here. Indeed it is. Anyway, getting some gear and some Ascension. I'm optimistic that there's going to be some sort of an update soon. Probably as early as next week for DD2 with some quality of life changes for Onslaught. And I'm looking forward to actually pushing some Onslaught floors and not just doing the reset. But of course I've been waiting for those quality of life changes to come, so need to get myself some gear. I've got a few decent pieces, but I need a bunch of 22k plus medallions. I've got a bunch of marks. I've got quite a few usable totems. Time for some medallions to start dropping. Nice, Toxic. Dennis, no Mike, Azrael, what's up? Yeah, I don't know. I've gotten an absurd amount of marks, actually. Yeah, I tried there, Billions. It's really fun. Yeah, you're right. There's quite the learning curve at the beginning. In my first login of that game, I did not last very long. I was not prepared for how aggressive all those little beds would be. I'm gonna be streaming it soon. I want to get a little bit better grasp of it first. Definitely a fun game, though. I keep talking about 7 Days to Die too. I really need to unplug from DD2 for a minute or two and play some 7 Days. Yeah, it might be more fun for you there, Azrael, but it's not near as fun for me, I assure you. Don't worry, there will be plenty of fails. There always are. We all know how my attention span is while I'm live streaming. The wings come from the defender packs. Trendy's got some work to do, I would imagine there, Visilex. You could try playing on another server, but I mean, the game just runs bad. And there's been a lot of people complaining about rubber banding and frame rate drops and everything else since the last update. It definitely doesn't run as well as I'd like it to run. Now, I've got a pretty screaming machine, so it runs really good on my computer. But every now and then I still have issues, you know. The timeouts is what has made me wait, to be honest, with I mean, besides just the RNG of Onslaught, the timeouts on map 3 of 3 is just so frustrating. And I've had quite a few of them. I've had at least a dozen of them. Might want to get you some ancient power there, Azrael, because those numbers are not going to hold up very long. Especially now that more people are prestiging. I mean, as it stands right now with my, just the 5 prestige levels, if I went and grinded to 885 Ascension and was able to get to my new Ascension caps, it's just under 5,000 more defense power when you do the math. on defenses than what I had previously. So, I mean, that's going to make a pretty significant difference. I'm assuming there will be higher floor milestones implemented into the game pretty quickly, would be my guess. Come on, be a Medallion. Nope. Yeah, 120 hours isn't very long for me. That's a week. I'm guessing you're probably having some connection issues there, Vizilix. Because if you're having rubber banding issues in game and you're seeing a bad bitrate, then yeah, that's going to be a connection issue. It's not all about the ping. Oh, let me just jump down here in the water real quick. Yeah, 720p is what I stream at. Pre-recorded content I do at 1080p 60. Live streaming I can only do at 720. I'm not on. Look at me trying to spam stars. That just tells you I've been playing the damn Dryad too much. I'm not doing Onslaught right now. I'm just grinding out some gear and some Ascension there, Cookie. I intended to make a push this time. That's why I want to prepare for it. Get some heroes geared out. But it all depends on whether or not Trendy implements some quality of life changes. I'm using quite a few flame auras in Onslaught as well. Be nice if they hit a little bit harder though. Pretty much the same shards there, Cookie. I mean, the big three are rate, range, and power transfer. You know, if you get those three, as far as like general overview. Now, once you get up to Chaos 7 gear, you don't use defense rate but anymore because you're too close to the cap. But those are definitely the big three when you're coming up through the system. Finally broke down. I went and spent the defender medals, got myself a shadow flame dagger again. Especially for some chaos. Whoa, we got a wall going over here, didn't even realize. Especially for the Chaos 7 grinding. That shadow flame dagger just makes life so AFK. I'm not getting enough upset over here. I wonder how that, or have I just been ignoring that wall the whole match? That's possible too. Yeah, AP Mystic's great if you don't want to do any damage. The damage is just horrifically low. Hero damage Mystic is really the only way to go if you want to be effective. Now, I mean, you can find a way to play whatever, however you want, but you can't beat 5 million DPS bouncing around the map auto-targeting. There's nothing greater than that. There's several milestones there, Ollie. They're just flare items. The 114 is the current top one. What's going on there, Light Rain? Oh, imagine that. A green box on Nimbus. How odd. I'm liking that 6.3 million on my first map, though. I wish it was more. Yeah, power transfer for the win there, Mirror's Edge, no doubt about it. Deadly Strikes, too. I mean, it's such a staple, you know? Let's see. Anything keepers? Doesn't look like I got any keepers. Pet food's all keepers. Been burning through that like crazy. Yeah, I'm getting ready for an Onslaught push there, Light Rain. So you know, gotta have the full selection of goods. I'm not going to re-gear everybody, but I am going to have 3 or 4 DPS. Probably 3 DPS heroes fully geared. And all of my defenses. Or, not all, but, you know, all of the defenses that I plan on using. Which is, you know, just about everything. You know, I'm not going to bother gearing up my Boostar monk or anything. Let's see here. Go a little further out. That's a typo. He's not at 199. He's at 99, maybe. Let's see. From B spam to R spam. Let's spread these out a little bit. I don't feel like running around and reselling. I'll just throw the upgrades in over here first. Yeah, I mean, that's what I want to do too, Light Rain. And that just makes it more fun, you know? When you're sitting there spamming the same old thing every single map, it just gets real tiring pretty quick. Well, awesome there, Meal. Glad to help you out. Let's see what... I got plenty of flame arrow spammed everywhere else. Just that one lane that's a little light. It's alright, I'll get the ups in over here first. Oh! Pro jumping, let me tell you. I had a little, I went through and did finish the Star Wars Battlefront campaign, but I had a little issue. That's why there hasn't been an episode 3 up yet. And now I'm debating on what to do with it. The issue was I went through and I figured I would record, I would knock the game, you know, knock the whole story out. And then, oops, and then I would record, just record everything at the same time, and then go back and edit the videos and render them and get them uploaded to YouTube, like one a day. So anyway, I went through the whole campaign. I went to go to edit and render episode 3, and the video file was corrupt. So I checked episode 4, file was corrupt. Episode 5, file was corrupt. So basically I got 4.5 hours of corrupt video files. And now I'm debating on whether or not just to say to hell with it and not finish the story on the channel and start something fresh, or I have to play through it again. And, you know, I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but I just don't know how much I would enjoy it playing through it again. Then it loses that, you lose that first time through, you know, knowing what's going to happen. It doesn't happen very frequently, but it's always just super frustrating when it is, and this time it was just absolutely terrible timing. Even corrupted the files. It could be. There's been a lot of Dryad in my life here lately. No doubt about that. You know what? Let me get this lane up a little bit further even. Yeah, I should be able to ignore this now. Not that I haven't been ignoring it anyway. So what do you guys think? I mean, like I said, I hate to just, you know, not to start a series and not finish it. But on the same note, you know, it's hard to do a blind playthrough of a series on the channel when it's no longer blind. Baltimore Ace, what up, man? How you doing? Adam, what's going on? Craig, thank you very much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Shooting y'all stuff at me there, Quibs? That ain't right. Ask the Men in Black for a deneuralizer. Yeah, that'd probably get the job done, huh? Depends on the defense there, Baltimore Ace, but I follow the basic, you know, basic builder Ascension setups and basic hero Ascension setups. Always go crit chance first before anything else. Some defenses I didn't go, since the heroes are all split up again and there's no hybrids, some of my defenses I didn't go into defense speed right away. Since you don't get as much benefit if you're only building one tower. I mean, it's only 20 points, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. But, I mean, the main thing is the crit chance. You gotta get that crit chance in there. Don't want to be wasting any shard slots. Oh, the prestige points. I put those all into defense power. I actually, I want to start doing a push, you know? When like the second trendy puts in some quality of life stuff. However, I'm so tempted to take life leech. I want to keep those 5 points in defense power, though. But the life leech, particularly if you're playing on a DPS mystic with a Shadow Flame mystic, it's just a ridiculous amount of healing. Even with just, I did the math off of 2 points in it. And when you calculate in the bounces and all that stuff, it was like 160,000 healing per second. Just ticking off. Now that's of course assuming that there's always mobs to hit with the bounces, which isn't always the case. It's a large number. Yeah, I've tested the scaling out quite a bit. Yeah, you can reset them just like your Ascension points, Baltimore Ace. Same cost and everything. What is 200 medals or 50 gems? Hopefully nobody's resetting their Ascension with gems, though. I'm sure some people are, but... gotta save those gems. Yeah, it scales with Ascension. So any defense power points that you put into, you know, say the Flame Aura, the Prestige defense power is getting a benefit for that. I don't really carry people at them. I mean, I do viewer runs and do carries for people in the Steam group, but it's not like full-blown carries. I do enough carrying playing with Omni. Which we haven't played together in ages. Alright, come on, Medallion. I need some medallions. Yeah, there's no totem. Not a great totem, but good for a second obelisk or something, probably. Oh, I don't know. I talked to Omni about it, told him my plans about a week ago, and he never responded, so... The problem is it would last one stream. And then he would pull ahead, or I would pull ahead. You know, don't have... Like, Cookie and Gobu, they waited for each other. You know, when I'm gonna play, I want to play now. I don't want to wait, you know. They were really, really comparable, Clayton. Nothing really better about one over the other. Why not use all three? That would be the thing to do. Let's see here. Gonna have some hex thrower problems probably at this lane. You know what? Maybe I'll just go ahead and do it. I'll just put a reflect there. That's one of my main problems with Onslaught right now, is it's just so RNG heavy. I mean, you know, it's frustrating having, you know, a floor 61, say, that you get just crappy lanes on, and you end up failing it 2 or 3 times, and then go into floor 62 and completely AFK in it. Then go into 63 and completely AFK in it. And then having 64 with just the crappy lane schedules again. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's brand new and there needs to be a balance pass on things, but I'm anxious for that to come. Don't think I need it all. Been a while since I played some Chaos 7. I mean, for more than the 9 required matches to unlock 55. What's going on there, Billy? Huntress bows are basically up to your, just how you want to play there, Brad. It's just based off of the shot type. There's no location to find anything in the game. It's all, other than the Onslaught, or the incursion stuff, it's all RNG based. It just, everything drops everywhere, basically. The highest damage you're going to get is a 4 per second scatter shot. But I gotta say, like, for me personally, that's my least favorite bow. I just don't like the scatter shot at all. So it's kind of up to you. I like the Penta 3 personally. Yeah, LSA is single target. The general rule is don't use flame auras against cyborgs. Is the smartest thing you can do. Now, yeah, you can find a way to make them work by finding the right placement on the map to put them, but it's going to be way better off if you just don't use flame auras against cyborg lanes, is really the correct answer. You're fighting against the system. And I mean, it's not like the flame aura is some godsend that there is nothing else that's as good, you know? So, I mean, there's no reason to fight against the mobs. Yeah, I mean, if you're comfortable with the placement, you know, then by all means go ham, but most people that are using flame auras on cyborg lanes are using them to prove that they can, not because it's the right thing to do. So it gets into that whole arrogance thing. Tier 1, they're better for cost, but if you're going to upgrade them, they're no longer the best per DU for AoE. Fishers blow them away after a few upgrades. What's going on with Dark Knight? Yeah, I actually debated on playing a little 7 Days to Die today on stream, but I didn't want to. That's one game that I definitely don't want to jump into by myself. I need to get Joe. I need to get something timed up with old Joe, because he's the local 7 Days to Die expert now. So I figure I might as well get the pro to show me the ropes. Maybe tomorrow though. I definitely want to get in and play it soon. I mean, there's a reason that the game is not out of early access and it's still averaging 10,000 players online at all times on Steam. I mean, I don't know what that reason is because I haven't played it in 4 years. But there's got to be something good going on there. I was surprised. I pulled up, now the Steam charts, of course, that's not 100% accurate numbers, but it does give you a good idea. But I pulled up Steam charts a couple days ago to see what they were at, and I was expecting it to be, you know, around 1,000 or 2,000. No, it's over 10,000 players. Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, and it's. I can't say I blame Epic. You go from a game that was a PvE game that was completely getting hated on to a PvE game that's got, you know, 1 million people playing. You know, I mean, any business person is going to tell you to put your efforts into that game that has all the people. You know. But it sucks for people like me who enjoyed the action defense aspect of it. I'm still optimistic. I haven't been logging in to collect the research every day again lately, for the last several weeks, in fact. But I haven't uninstalled it yet. So I'm still optimistic that hopefully one day Fortnite becomes the PvE side of it becomes something else. Yeah, I played Hell Warders on release day. It's got some... Ah, crap, man. Or that went into the flamer. Hell Warders has got a few mechanics that, in my opinion, need to be changed. The developer of Hell Warders, you know, it's a real small team. It's only a couple people. But the main developers of Hell Warders are very active. They talk to everyone. I mean, if you have an opinion on the game and you talk to them about it, they'll answer you. You know, they straight up just answer you. I gave them a little harsh criticism on release day, and they were super cool. You know, and said, yeah, we understand some of these things need to change. I have a hard time recommending it, Azrael, to be honest with you. Now, I haven't seen what they've changed since release day either. So, if they change some of the mechanics, then you'll definitely get a few hours of enjoyment out of it. It's not going to be like DD2 or Orcs Must Die Unchained or something where you could play it for 1,000 hours. You definitely won't get that out of Hell Warders. But, I mean, besides that, you will get some hours of enjoyment out of it. All the dang armor drops. Nobody pays... Nobody's paying me to test their game. I wish somebody would. That's like the dream job, isn't it? Gobu's a professional game tester for a living, but he works for a specific company. But yeah. Getting paid to play games that's the dream, isn't it? Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but you're also getting the opportunity to. It depends if your will to play it is, is worth going through early access. I personally have no problem with early access games, even early access games that you have to pay for. If you want to play it, and you want to play it now, and you want to see the development of it, I don't see anything wrong with it. That, and I know that whole pay to early access business model is not going away anytime soon. In fact, it's becoming more and more and more popular. But yeah, I know a lot of people that just will not play early access titles. Yeah, Warframe is wildly popular. People love it. It's there's a lot to learn in that game and quite a grind. But yeah, Warframe, like I said, just immensely popular. 7.4 mil. Liking that. What's going on, Alpha? Dylan, what's going on? Welcome. Oh, good. My favorite map. Have 1,000 hours in it. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to do if it's a game you like and you end up playing it for, you end up playing it for several months or whatever. You can rack that up. No doubt about it. They Are Billions. I'll definitely be playing that until I'll completely play through the game. But that's a game, another one of those games that you can just beat it, and then it's just going to be a matter of does it still have entertainment value past that? I mean, a lot of people, I've got real life friends that I talked into playing DD2, and like they played through the campaign and were like, all right, sweet, fun game, I beat it. But for them, they couldn't find reasons to grind the same maps over and over again, even with a few new mobs and higher difficulty. To them, it became boring, It's already done there, Pisces. Look on my channel. I did that video last week. Let's see, what did I miss? Guess I didn't miss anything. I think it's... See if I can remember Light Rain's commands. It's Fast 5. or fast 65. I was so close. Light Rain got the bot squared away there because I was tired of my lazy ass not doing it. So thank you very much there, Light Rain, once again. Fastest way to floor 5. No, I will not be making a video on the fastest way to floor 5 there, Ezreal. You can definitely get through it quick. I mean, if you have flawless runs the whole way, you can go up to 65 and reset in like 20 hours. It's funny, you actually get from floor 1 to 55 in like 8 to 10 hours. You know what it is? I figured it out. There, Light Rain, with the redirect on the URL, if you don't put the www in front of it, it won't work. That was the problem, is I was just doing the twitch.tv/juicebags. You gotta, without the www, it won't work. Harpies have got some mechanical issues, Mirror's Edge, but they're situationally, they're good. But it's very situational. Like for flyers, they make pretty decent flyer defense. But they've got some targeting issues, some definite tooltip issues. I would love to. That's another one where we got the basic tease that it's gonna happen, but we just have no clue when. But I'll be pretty stoked about Borderlands 3 as well. Yeah, it's C7's the cap. Just because I'm specifically looking for medallions, not a single medallion is going to drop. I just know it. Unless it's blue. I'll get lots of those. Lots and lots of blue ones. Yeah, it would be cool if the minimum rolls kept going up and up and up. Pretty sure that that will probably never happen. It would make everyone just, if everyone had the perfect perfect gear all the way across the board, everybody'd just be way too OP. That little bit here and there adds up. I mean, could you imagine DPS heroes with all perfect substats? I mean, DPS heroes are actually relatively easy to get close to it now. But if you had all 4800s on your hero crit or ability power and hero crit or whatever, oh man. Well, I'm hoping they don't nerf the Dryad. I'm hoping that they bring some other defenses in line with her instead, but I mean, that's usually not how it works. Yeah, the Abyss Lord's a beast, though. No doubt about it. The Ramsters are one of the best defenses that you can plan on using pretty regularly. And as far as the DPS goes, I mean, probably the Mystic and the Dryad, maybe? The Mystic and the Squire, maybe? As far as just straight up holding the lane with no help. The Abyss Lord is one of the easiest heroes to do that with. I mean, the Mystic is pretty easy to hold, to completely shut a lane down too. But the Abyss Lord, it's easy mode. Double legendary. No medallions. Come on, Slikelion, I know you got one in there. Nope. Maybe not. The thing that's getting me right now is RNG, and it's like, it's taunting me, it knows. I keep getting controlled burn cyborg lanes where the Geode boss comes out on maps where there's like heavy frost lanes on the other side of the map. And it's, oh, let me check down here one more time. Bullet shield is actually one of the easiest things to deal with, in my opinion. I mean, everything removes it. You know, explosive poison keeps bullet shield off the pack like it's nothing. I don't know, bullet shield has not been a problem for me. But Geode bosses on controlled burn cyborg lanes with heavy frost action on the other side of the map has been just beyond irritating. I actually got that exact same scenario 3 times in a row yesterday. And it ended up leading me to quit playing the game for the day. Actually, I didn't have near as much problem before on those lanes because the geodes were just so easy to melt. But then again, it's a matter of being able to be there, you know. But taking out, I mean, there's a reason they took that combination out, and then having it come in boss form is just painful and irritating. But I mean, hopefully that can get dialed in. The problem is it's just every time. I don't know if it's like something that gets flagged or whatever, but every time I have a cyborg controlled burn lane, every single map, the Geode boss comes on that lane. Oh, nice, Alpha. Yeah, doing C7, trying to get some loot and some levels right now. Nimbus is terrible in a heavy lane though. It's so easy to get sidetracked. I mean, unless you can just completely shelter it off where it's not hitting other things, the Nimbus just gets, you know, I mean, it's got a bazillion targets on the map. Oh, I've used them. I mean, they definitely work. But it's just, the problem is, you know, it's the reason you use Sky Guards and not just PDTs on a big lane for air, you know. You need something focused on hitting that. But, I mean, the easiest answer is just to play multiplayer, but it doesn't work out that way. That, and you can't advertise a single-player game that requires multiplayer. Or exceptional RNG luck with lane rolls. In my opinion, anyway. What brought most people to the channel was understanding the game and how to play it solo, so I can't neglect not playing it solo. You know, as with every game, it's usually more fun to play it, you know, with a group of friends. I do too, Light Rain. I would love to see, and I'm sure they will. I get everything again? Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as, I'd 100% agree with you, Omni, as far as going from 0 to 65, you know. As far as just going through the floors, you know, to get up to the minimum reset, playing solo is definitely quicker and easier. What's going on, Michael? Dean, congrats. Buzzard Ninja, what up? But I mean, the whole reason that there was, as far as my understanding goes anyway, the whole reason that there is multiplayer mob health scaling is because the game is balanced on solo play. If it's balanced on solo play and you scale up the health based off of how many people are in the party, that makes sense. However, currently the game is not balanced for solo play. If so, there wouldn't be, you know, I got this map last night on floor 61 with 5 frost lanes. And of course it was map 2. I mean, I did it, but it was not fun. And it was definitely not pretty. In fact, it was just the opposite. It was very, very ugly. Well, it's a matter of, like, every single Onslaught floor that I lose, it's because I had to be two places at the same time. One more player in the group, and that issue is resolved. So that's really what I'm referring to there, Dylan. Ashton, what's up? Splurks, this time around, I could reset today. But I'm really hoping that we're going to get a quality of life update. And if so, I want to push the Onslaught floors. And now that I've got 5 prestige levels and some increased caps, you know, the best way to push Onslaught floors is going to be to, right now, for me to collect about 600 more, or 500 more Ascension levels. Which I'm sure I'm not going to do that before, but, I mean, that would be the right thing to do. As far as seeing how far I can push. But I just don't want to do it. I'm not even interested in doing it until there's more quality of life changes in. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to do that there, Azrael. 3 slimes is pretty effective too. People, slimes have gotten kind of pushed under the bus with the OP-ness of the 3rd B. But if you look at your damage done on slimes at the end of the map, it is considerable. I mean, it just wrecks it. Figure 3 slimes is the same DU cost of 2 ballistas. And, you know, both would clear those lanes, even with the cyborgs. These lag you. Fair enough. All slimes are way better in LSAs, in my opinion. I mean, LSAs are nice, and they were fun to, you know, they were a nice addition into the build back when we had 2,000 plus Ascension and all the heroes were all hybrids. But now that the heroes aren't hybrids, I mean, there's a lot of places I would rather use that 20 DU other than on an LSA. It's because you got a 11,000 health totem on it there, Dean. To get it higher, you need a better totem, man. I mean, it just directly scales up with your defense health, you know? So the better totem you have, the more health you're going to have. Thank you very much for subscribing there, Regame. Quentin, I think I missed you back 20 minutes ago. Thank you very much as well. I do appreciate it. This is the Mystic there, the Archer. Oh, there's nothing wrong with LSAs. I wasn't saying that. What I said is I think slimes are better. I mean, LSAs are strong in their current condition. But I would take 1 slime over 2 LSAs any day of the week. I've been thinking about that, Alpha. I tell you what I've been waiting on is they've been talking about adding, I don't know if you're familiar with any of the mods from Factorio, but there's a mod that adds early game bots into Factorio. that there was talk about a system like that being implemented in the official game. And I was waiting for that to happen. I love Factorio, though. It's a super fun game. It's the type of game that I personally can sit down to play for an hour and end up playing for 6 hours. For me, it's definitely one of those kind of games. Absolutely love it. Yeah, we've all got our opinions, Cookie. I just gave mine as well. I'm a big believer in damage done and looking at damage done at the end of the map. But that early game, I actually played briefly with that mod in Factorio just to check it out. And the early game bots make the early game so much more enjoyable. I mean, not that it's not enjoyable anyway, but it speeds some of that process along at the beginning, and it makes it really, really fun. Here's a medallion. Yay! Be a good one. Oh, it rolled really low. I think the next Factorio, I really enjoyed messing around with those trains. I think the next Factorio world that I do will definitely be very train oriented. I thought that was a lot of fun messing with those. Then I'd like to get a little deeper into it and figure out how, like, making larger train stations and whatnot. That's that same crappy one. Tuskar's on the wall. Yep, what's over here? Oh, boots. Dang it. $7.4 mil. Loving it. Sadly, even just with the Ascension caps I have, it's 600 more Ascension to grind. Definitely no keepers. Yeah, crit damage roll on that is just too low. That'd be decent if I was willing to go without hero health, but since I'm not, I'm just gonna pitch it. So disappointing. Finally see a medallion, and that's the one. Pretty low rolls there, too. Oh, good so far there, Buzzard. No complaints. Save the fishes, or Gobu will throw a fit. Where'd I put you? There they are. They're the Sky Guards. Wow, lots of DU left. There is no real best hero for any Chaos tier there, Michael. You should use the hero that you like the best, is the best answer. I think that's good enough. Guess I could add in some sand while the map is running. C7, I mean, you can use every hero. Use whatever hero you want. I mean, there's no reason to... In fact, it depends on how you want to play, but if you want... You know, if you want to speed grind, Flamars are super fast, or weapon manufacturers. If you want to fully AFK, you can make the Dryad work, but the most effective way to fully AFK is with Reflect Beams. It's 100% foolproof. Thank you very much for subscribing there, Wesley. In fact, if I could find a new, really good, long show that's got a bunch of seasons ready for the watching, I would probably do a nice, long AFK C7 run to get the gear back again. Nah, I'm terrible at art there, Buzzard. I'm decent with art programs, but as far as actually creating it or drawing it, I'm awful. I wish I was better than I was. God dang it. Let me go down here one more time. There's videos on my channel about it now, Mike. Some full AFK builds. Well, I can take other people's art and put it together, but I can't create the art myself. I guess I should word it that way. What do you guys think of that channel banner? Tencel from the DD2 Discord did that for me. I got another one too I'm gonna cycle out. I'm gonna throw in there that Rect did for me. Let's see here. You can just let it roll. It takes so long to build an Onslaught compared to the speed running that we were all doing in Chaos 7 that when you go back to Chaos 7, it's like you lose all that speed. Yeah, just don't need it right now. Don't need the obelisk. I haven't played any of the new Battlefield games, Alpha. The last one I played was Bad Company 2. Or the last one I played seriously was Bad Company 2. I like, you know, I know some people consider that blasphemy, but I personally like Battlefield better than the Call of Duty games. But I haven't played any of the more recent ones. It's been a long time since I played a game like that. I had a lot of fun in Bad Company 2. Now, part of that, too, was I was playing it with my son, who is quite the helicopter pilot in video games. And I actually got pretty good at sniping from the helicopter. And he enjoyed flying me around, so it was a good time. Orcs Must Die Unchained is... You can put 100 hours into it really easily. From that point, you just have to decide whether or not you want to do the grind. The difference with Orcs Must Die Unchained versus like DD2 is it's more about trap placement and combinations of defenses. You don't have to have all of the best stuff in the game. You know, like, you don't have to have C7 gear to do C7. You know, you could do it very easily with, well, not easily, but if you understood all the defenses and used them properly, you could do it with, like, equivalent of, like, C2 stuff. I know that's a very bad, comparison, but it's about the closest I have. But, you know, Orcs Must Die Unchained is all about the cards and upgrading the cards and getting your traps up to the top tier. But they don't need to be at the top tier, is the thing. As far as playing through up to Rift Lord, Azrael, you'll really enjoy it. It'll take you... I mean, you, like I said, you could pretty easily put 100 hours into it without any thought at all. Just playing it. I got a whole bunch of tower defense games that I came into during the holiday sale here. I'm going to be doing a bunch of tower defense spotlights on those things for sure. Oops, wrong lane. Oh, another swim. That's the other thing about Onslaught. I can't be jumping in the pool. What if I want to take a swim, you know? You just can't take a swim. You're going to lose that match. What's going on there, Ethan? Anything that you're gonna make them hit the siege roller from behind is a good counter to siege rollers. When any defense really will work as long as you position it behind them. But I mean, siege rollers are the reason they're in the game is they were the anti-AFK mechanism. So the whole thought, although you can set up siege rollers where your defenses will handle them, the thought behind siege rollers is they're meant to be killed with a hero, you know. Now, as with everything else, we found ways around that. But they're definitely meant to be killed by a hero, for sure. I got not one acceptable drop that map, did I? Nope. Alright, Cookie, take it easy. Have a good one. This is actually my first stream of 2018 there, Dominic. I didn't even realize. I just haven't had a reason to hatch him yet. Azrael. I've got one hatch that I'm not using. So just, yeah, just haven't had the reason. Did I put a sky guard over there? Yeah, I did. I mean, I got bags full of pets now that I'm not using. I mean, look at this unupgraded autumn meow that's currently equipped. I've got several more of those in my bags sitting unupgraded. I prefer earth damage pets personally. I got no reason at all for storm damage. In fact, the only reason I would even look for a storm damage pet anymore is to get the storm shield. Earth damage pets are going to give you more quality of life abilities. You know, you want to do damage, you got poisonous tips. You want to run faster, you got sandstorm. You know, it's got all the options. Yeah, I use Gambit on everything, Spencer. Everything except Nimbus Clouds. It's the only single defense. Man, I'm still looking for my Dryad to spam stars. God, I've got to get over this. I haven't paid attention to assassins in ages. Assassins are a mere inconvenience if you're a fan of the EV2, because you just run by your nearest proton beam and the assassin's instantly removed, and in most cases dead. Assassins are... I don't know. Assassins are not that tough to deal with once you get some hero health on your gear. Hero health is the answer to assassins, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm aware. So when assassins are coming, you go by your nearest proton beam, and they're instantly removed. If I was having a problem with assassins, I would just add Sparkle Party to the mix, personally. And then stun everything else there as well. Bunching up nicely on them beams. Plaguing Hawk gonna give me a medallion? Come on, Mr. Hawk. Be nice. Drop me what I need. Nope. He's not having it either. I used protons in the 200 plus floors without a problem. They're Azrael. I mean, when you get to the spot where they're one-shotting you, then they're one-shotting you, but you haven't seen anything that hasn't already been done. So assassins are not my weakness. RNG is. Everybody's got their most hated mobs, though. Mine just are not assassins. I would hope a lot of people pass me, Jamal. I haven't tried to push floors in 2 weeks. I mean, I'm surprised I'm even on the leaderboard anymore. Once you take the prestige lifestyle, you gotta stick with it, because it's just so much grind to get to the point where you can push again. In fact, now that I think about it, I played the floor 200s. I can't really say much because it's all under NDA, but I played on a Retribution Squire, and that made a pretty significant difference with dealing with assassins. Good enough. Come on, it's like Kellyanne. You got loot in you? Man, it's like the anti-medallion day. I was getting medallions like crazy yesterday, but they all had really bad rolls. The Squire is probably the DPS I will be using to push floors when I get to that. Or not using, I'll be using several DPS, so I'm going to be doing quite a bit of hero swapping. But Fight Me Not is just a ridiculously strong shard that goes seriously underappreciated. And as boring as the Squire can be to play, Fight Me Not is ridiculously strong. There's no other defense in the game, or no other shard in the game that straight up will make your defenses hit 25% harder. What's going on, Jay? Mystic is not 45%, and it only affects her towers. So if you're not using Mystic towers, what good is it? Fight Me Not affects every defense that's attacking the mob that's attacking you. There's no comparison between Fight Me Not and the Mystic. I don't remember the percentages, but I do know it is not 45%. Oh, right. Call to Madness. I thought you were talking about the Mystic's passive. It's like, no. Have I played DD1? I played DD1 quite a bit. Super fun game. Loved it. In fact, I almost wish DD2 was a DD1 with DD2's graphics. Now, obviously, that would be boring to most, but I would have loved the hell out of that. Yeah, it's getting beat on over here. Yeah, the DD1 Squire was way cooler. I'd agree with the defenses. Well, we've always got the Countess, which will come in 2018 at some point. Hopefully, maybe we'll get lucky and get a bouncer blockade, and we won't get slice and dice, I'm pretty sure. I got time for one more map. Yeah, I could probably squeeze one more in. And of course it's this one. I just see this map so damn much now. It's like I get this map every other map in Onslaught. It seems like it's either Throne Room or Assault on Throne Room, which Throne Room is actually ridiculously easy on Onslaught. I mean, depending on the lane combinations, of course. But the available DU versus the spawns just makes it pretty cake. Yeah, a lot of them. The DSTs were cool. There's a lot of fun defenses in DD1 for sure. I liked the summoner's minion unit system. I thought that was awesome. Really no worse map there, Jamal. It's more about the mutators you get. You can get crappy mutators on any map. Oh, dang mouse. Oh yeah, DSTs were way OP. I agree with you there. That was half the fun. I got no problem with OP. In fact, I think that once you grind a game for thousands of hours, you should be ridiculously OP. I mean, that's what you work to, right? Today's the first day back from holiday break, though, for Trendy. I do know that. So I'm hoping that maybe they had some discussions today about potential updates, and maybe we'll get lucky and see something as early as next week. I mean, I don't know. That may be an unrealistic time frame. But I think it would be pretty cool if we saw some quality of life changes next week. Little Horn Valley, if you don't mind bee spamming, is insanely easy. It's the one of, there's two maps where I swap Deadly Strikes out and put it on the bees to get bigger range on them. And Little Horn Valley is one of them. And assuming you don't have a controlled burn lane, Little Horn Valley's full AFK with just trees and bees. Just absurd. Oh, I remember the Mega Chicken. How do you forget the Mega Chicken? Yeah, trees and bees take down the flyers, no problem there, minders. Figure you're elevating them anyway, so it makes the bees a lot more likely to attack the flyers. I used them twice. I didn't use them the first time. I used them a little bit the second time. And then the third and fourth time I used them the whole time just because it was lazy and convenient. Thank you very much for subscribing there, Joe. I do appreciate it a ton. DD1 had lots of cool pets. I just found out a few weeks ago that you guys remember how OP the genie was with collecting up mana to upgrade your defenses? I just found out a couple of weeks ago that was a bug. That was completely how I played the entire time. I guess that's not in the game anymore like that. You can't just genie it up for wave 1 of every map and have all your defenses up to tier 5. That's no longer a thing. They don't even have to be at the same height as the Flyers Omni. They just have to be elevated slightly. Like here in this lane, if I was to put a bee on this rail versus right on the ground next to it, it would hit Flyers up in the air right over there, no problem. I think it's really cool, Troy, but it's not super effective. The Squire, you want to go, I mean, how many good shards are there for Squire shields, though, you know? But on the Squire, you're going to get your best results going hero damage, hero crit, and you're not going to get any effectiveness out of that fire shield with that. Oh, I definitely like the archers. I was a big archer fanboy. I archered it up like you wouldn't believe in DD1. Come on, Plague and Hawk, just give up that medallion. I know you got one. Or not. Everyone's favorite is archers? Yeah, probably so, huh? Now, I did always throw a spider in. My usual setup was, a mage in the middle, 2 archers on each side, with a spider directly in front of the mage, and then all of it sitting on a buff beam. That was kind of my go-to MU setup. That was probably what everybody used too. Wave 4. Man, I don't think I've done this many Chaos 7 maps with only seeing one medallion in ages. I mean, how many maps is that I've done today on stream? It's got to be like 8 at least, and only one medallion drop? Oh, it's been too long since I played there. Curie. I don't think I really found any of them annoying. I liked all of them. Yeah, Serenity Art was good stuff, that's for sure. No doubt about that. There's something on the ground over there. Nope. Stupid dagger. This is my last run on board. I got some other things. This is the first day back for Trendy, so it's the first day back for me with my little thing I do with Trendy on Tuesday through Friday. So I've got to hop to that. That, and I still need. I just woke up not too long before the stream started, so I need to get a little more coffee in me and. Come on, Matthews, die already. Well, no such luck. I was hoping to at least get one. You know, I've got just an abundance of marks. But my medallions, every medallion I have is just low rolls. I saved a bunch of them just in case so I'd have something. But I've got like not one medallion over 22k, I don't think. I mean, I've got one that's equipped. That's just absurd. You can't push high floors with a low me medallion. Well, I mean, you could, but why would you? Roll in with 1,000 less defense power than what you could have. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today. Thank you all a ton. I do appreciate it. Like I said, going to be beginning an Onslaught push, assuming that we get some quality of life changes here really soon. Like, I mean, I would like to see, personally, an update next week. But, you know, obviously I'm not the person doing it. I'm the one with the list of demands. So it may not quite work out that way, but I would love to see an update next week with some quality of life changes for Onslaught. But anyway, assuming that comes, I'm going to push past, push into the high floors. And, you know, hopefully maybe even get up to 200 or so. We'll see. But if it doesn't come, or if there's no sign of it coming next week, I will probably do another Ancient Power reset or two. But anyway, like I said, thank you all a ton. I do appreciate it, and Happy New Year to everybody. This was the first stream of any game of the new year, and starting it off right with a little DD2. So thanks again all, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.